Let's talk about the new Barbie movie dolls. So the new Barbie movie dolls were released, and prior to now, the reviews have been mixed. But I wanted to wait till we got some real world examples of these dolls before I actually gave my full blown opinion because, anytime you see a leak from a factory with the camera like this far from the doll's face, of course the doll's going to look terrible. So now that we have a really good look at these dolls, I want to talk about them. From what I can tell, the movie actually looks like it's going to be really good. I haven't looked at a lot of information about it. I really have only seen the initial trailers for it, but it looks like it's well cast. It's going to be really funny and self-referential. So at some point I will see it. I hate movie theaters, so I probably won't go see it in the theaters, unfortunately. But as soon as I'm able to watch it from my comfy couch, I'm definitely going to watch it. But anyway, I want to talk about the dolls. So let's hop on Mattel's website and I'll go through them all and we'll read them for filth. Just kidding. These dolls are actually pretty cool. So I'm going to start with the one that I feel like is sort of the main release of this line. It's the $25 Barbie in pink gingham dress. This is sort of, I feel like, going to be what's going to be the most iconic look for the movie. Like, as it pertains to the movie, I still think there are some better looks in this, but I think this is what we are seeing as like Barbie's like default look for the movie. The pink gingham dress is super cute. I love the silhouette of it as well. It's a very classic Barbie silhouette. I feel like we were seeing the silhouette like throughout the 60s. And I feel like Barbie's always sporting like an A-line dress at any given point. So this is very much a Barbie look, I feel like. And, of course I love pink. So anything in like a pink gingham, I'm going to absolutely love. So I really like the print on this. The doll herself, again, this was the one that like had all the controversy. I say controversy like they did something like, politically unsavory. But this was the doll that all the images were floating around and everybody was like, oh, this doll is so ugly. What have they done? But, I think it's just because people think that a large jawline makes a doll ugly or even a person ugly, which, it's like such a conversation that's difficult to have because everybody's going to have a different opinion on what's pretty. But I just think if you say like a doll has a large jawline, that it's not a pretty doll, I think that's like kind of screwed up because I think large jawlines are beautiful, like no matter what your gender is. So, I try not to call dolls ugly if they're just a doll that I don't particularly like. It might not necessarily be that the doll is ugly. I just, I gravitate towards some things more than others, but it's never like, oh, this doll looks like too quote unquote masculine, which, that's another thing, like problem I have kind of with the collector community sometimes is, there's a lot of biases. I don't know. There's just a lot of, beauty standards that people cling to that I think are like very old fashioned and kind of one sided. And I don't know. Anyway, that's a whole other video and other conversation. But all that's to say is now, especially now that I've seen the doll in person, or not in person, but like actual reviews of her where people are unboxing them, I think she is a really pretty doll. Again, does it look exactly like Margot Robbie? No, but I do understand that this is a $25 doll, so it's not, we're not going to get the level of detail as we would get if it were like a $150 doll. But I think it bears a resemblance to her. And again, one of the things that I think a lot of people were concerned about with Barbie, like because it's a common concern now, is that the faces are going to be what people call pixelated, but on this doll in particular, now I can't say this for all the dolls in this line, but this doll in particular doesn't look like she has what collectors call pixelation, but it's technically color halftones. I'm a graphic designer by trade, so I know a lot about printing. And so basically, what it's technically called halftones, but people will call it pixelation. And that's basically when you don't really get smooth lines or gradients on the doll's face. It's actually little dots that make up different colors and shading and stuff. So like when you're looking at it from really far away, it looks like a smooth gradient, but when you get up close to it, it looks like a bunch of little dots. So some of the dolls in this line actually have that. This one in particular doesn't, which is great because I would have assumed the $25 one would have, but the coloring on her face looks really great. She's got the like classic blue eyes and obviously the blonde hair. I guess it's hard to argue that like that's like the main Barbie, even though they've gone out of their way obviously over the years to make different versions of Barbie and make her a lot more diverse than this. But I think it's just, this is what the average person thinks when you say Barbie, they're going to think like, skinny, blonde, blue-eyed woman. But again, and that's another conversation for another video. All that's to say, I think the doll's really cute. I love the outfit. That bracelet that they have on her, the little bangle that's made up like the daisy with a little pink center, that's so cute. And I have no idea what those earrings are. They look like teeth hanging from her ears, but I'm sure they're supposed to be like flowers or something. But yeah, it looks like she's had dental work and then hung it off her ears. But all in all, I think this is a really great doll for $25. I'm sure they're making thousands upon thousands upon thousands of these. So as of right now, it's sold out on Mattel's website, but I'm sure they will restock them before long. But yeah, we're off to a great start. Next in line is the Barbie and plaid matching set, and I actually like this one a little bit better than the sort of what we're calling the or I'm calling the main Barbie in this line. So this is a black label Barbie. So they're gonna make a ton of these, I bet. But this is one of my favorite looks from this line too, because the colors, like the color combination, like of mixing pink and blue, is one of my favorites, and I think it's a very Barbie look. So I love that they have this kind of mix of like pastel pink and blue, and again, it's another plaid look. So I guess plaid is really big this summer, which, you know, I love plaid, so I'm down with that. But again, I would say this is a fairly like quote unquote girly outfit too. But again, it's Barbie. I guess that's what we expect. I actually really love the jacket that comes with this, because if you've heard me talk about modern Barbies before, I don't personally love the look of the articulated joints on them. And I'm probably the odd man out when it comes to that, because I typically don't pose dolls and stuff. I usually just kind of stand them as they would have looked in the box or whatever. So, and I grew up in the 80s and 90s. So the Barbies that I remember basically just had like, you know, the traditional articulation and like bend and snap knees. So to see all those seams and stuff on their limbs, I don't particularly love looking at, because I don't use the joints. So I love when they come with like leggings or pants or sleeves that kind of cover it up. So this jacket is, I think, a great addition in my opinion, because not only is it cute, but it does cover up the articulation in her elbows and stuff. So yeah, I really do love this look. It's super cute. And I think my only complaint about it is the shoes are like, don't seem to match the outfit. I think they're a little bit bright with nothing else to kind of tie the rest in. So if it were me, I probably would have done like a pastel, like a more of a pastel blue color to match the print on the fabric. But all in all, this is a super cute look. And I think that hat is super adorable too, even though I think the brim maybe could have been just a little bit bigger. Oh yeah, and the pearl earrings are super cute too. Hey, are you enjoying the video so far? If so, I would love it if you'd hit the subscribe button and join me on my doll collecting adventures. Anyway, back to the show. Next is Barbie in gold disco jumpsuit. And man, Mattel really knocked it out of the park with the creativity on these names, I gotta say. But this is probably my least favorite look of all the Barbies, just because, you know, I like Barbie, like the modern Barbie, for all the bright colors and stuff, which is why I'm really into like Barbie Extra and those kinds of lines. The more like muted color palettes I kind of prefer on the original like 1960s Barbie lines. So anytime I see something like this sort of like champagne colored in anything that was like done after like 1970, I tend to not like it as much. I have to say, like, again, this looks like a disco look. I'm not complaining that's like a bad look or anything, just my personal taste. I like things to be like a little bit brighter, but I will have to say the fabric on this is really great. It looks like they have actual sequins on it, which for a $50 doll on a black label, you know, it could have gone either way. Because I do think it's kind of frustrating that like in place of sequins, like when companies will just print like metallic ink on fabric to kind of like shape like sequins to make it look like sequins. I don't really like that, so I'm really, really glad there are a ton of sequins on this look. I think that really saves this look, in my opinion. But, you know, all in all, it's kind of basic. You know, I guess a 70s disco look is kind of basic, but, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of the headpiece. I think it's a little strange. It's kind of cute, but, you know, I don't know. I think my favorite part about the look actually is the gold earrings, like those gigantic hearts hanging from her ears. Those are really cool. But yeah, as I'm looking through these Barbies, I'm assuming this is the same like head sculpt for all of the ones that are meant to be like Margot Robbie's Barbie character. So yeah, I'm assuming they're all the same. And like I said, they bear like a decent resemblance to her, but I don't think they look exactly like her. And I don't know if that was intentional or not. But I definitely think now that we're seeing stock photos of these, this doll looks a lot better than everybody had originally anticipated. And the last of the Margot Robbie Barbies is the Barbie in pink Western outfit, which is my absolute favorite. I mean, you know, every gay guy that has even like an inkling of what's going on in the Barbie world, like rushed to the website to buy these as soon as they were released, because this was the one that sold out like far before all of the other variations, and I could totally see why. This, to me, of all the looks that we have so far for Barbie, I think this is actually the most interesting, iconic, campy, and just like fun outfit for Barbie. So this is definitely my favorite one from the entire line. If I were to get one of these, it would be this one. Although, if you know like how I collect, I tend to collect vintage dolls, so I don't really like, for like as far as like Barbie goes, I tend to not like collect anything after 1994, with the odd exception. And this is one I could be tempted to make an exception for because I really, really love this outfit. It's so cool. I love how monochromatic it is. I think that really kind of adds to sort of the campiness of it. Like, it's not as like, I don't know, there's just something that's very drag queen about this that I really love. Like, you know, Trixie's already working on a life-size version of this look. But I absolutely love the pants on this. You know, I do wish like maybe the stars could have been sparkly, like the print that's like from the knee down where it's sort of like a bell bottom. I do wish those were kind of done in more of a metallic ink, so there's a little bit of shine to it just to make it like that much more campy. But other than that, I think like the cut of these pants is so, so good. Like how the waist, like the waistline like dips down at the front, and then you've got like I had to zoom in. I thought it had like a big letter, like the letter B, like right on her piche. I think that would have been so funny if they had done that. But it's actually, now that I'm zoomed in, it's like, it looks like laces printed on. They should have done like a bejazzled B on her. I think that would have been really funny and cool. And I definitely would have bought it if it had that. And again, I love the earrings. It looks like they're big silver stars. Again, this to me is like, knocks it out of the park. This is by far the best one in the entire line. I absolutely love it. All right, up next is President Barbie in pink and gold dress, which is Issa Rae's character from the movie. This to me is the prettiest doll in the line when we're looking at the face sculpt. Again, I'm not super well versed in Barbie face sculpts. I've gone on about that before. It's just like, I don't have like the mental capacity to store all of that in my brain. So I actually don't know if this is a new face mold or not. You can let me know in the comments if it is, if it's something that's been recycled, because I don't think this doll looks like Issa Rae, but they did pick a pretty face sculpt to represent her at least. So yeah, I think this is such a beautiful doll. I love the hair on her, and I actually really love the outfit as well. Again, we have another pink look, but it's the Barbie movie. Like, I expect it to be 90% pink because otherwise, like, it's not going to look campy enough. But I really, really, really love this doll. And her dress in particular kind of reminds me almost of like a Bollywood look. I wish they had done a little bit more in terms of like the applique, like the gold details on the sheer skirt over the top of it. It would have been nice if that was a little bit thicker, but all in all, it has like a really nice effect, and I think it's so pretty. And I love that they changed it up too with the top, how the entire like bodice and everything is in gold instead of it being all pink. And so that really kind of helps set off the like president sash that they have over it, which again is a detail I really love. I think they chose a really great font for president. It's very Barbie looking. I think it's a really nice designery looking font. It's not one of those like default looking things. Like a lot of times when people put like, or companies put text on clothes and stuff on dolls, I'm just like, why did they pick that font? Like, it came with the computer. They couldn't like spend $60 on like a really nice font. But this one is really beautiful, and I love like the champagne details with the pink. I think it looks so good. And of course, it's got that little tassel at the end. Like, that is so perfect. I love the tassel. If I were going to be getting a couple dolls from this line, this would probably be on the short list. I think this doll is particularly beautiful. I love the dress. It's very Barbie looking. My only note really with it is it looks like the earrings are like plastic and they're really tiny. I don't know if they could have swung maybe using metal for the earrings. Again, I'm coming from American Girl world where all their earrings are metal. It just, to me, that's like a higher quality look. So I don't know. I get that they're dolls and they're made of like vinyl and plastic and stuff, but like anywhere you can add like some like metal details, I feel like really ups the quality of things. So my only wish for this doll is that maybe it looked a little bit more like Issa Rae and that her earrings were made out of metal, or just something that looked a little bit more expensive than what they used. But all in all, a really great doll. Next is the Gloria doll wearing pink power pantsuit. I mean, you know I love a pink pantsuit, so I am thrilled with the outfit on this. But even more so, I am so glad that America Ferrera is in this movie because I absolutely love her. I think she is such a good actor, and I've been watching her on TV since she was in Ugly Betty, and we watched Superstore from start to finish. So I love her as an actress and as a person. So I'm glad that she has her own Barbie doll. That's so cool. But yeah, I don't know if this is a new face sculpt or not. I don't think it particularly looks like her. So again, these are abstractions, so I'm not going to get like too pedantic about like, is this exactly like the proportions of the, like the bridge of her nose and her eyes and whatever, but it's a pretty doll. So I'm happy with that. But more than anything, I really love the pantsuit. Like the pants in particular, with that like thin pinstripe is such a cool look. And again, this is one of those looks that I feel like even if you didn't like the doll, you could buy this for the actual outfit and put it on your Barbies or like your other Barbies. I think this is such a good look. I don't love love the shoes that come with it because again, we have a mostly monochromatic look and then like randomly have like rainbow strappy heels. Although that said, I know people will love those shoes, so I'm not mad about it. It just would have been interesting to see something maybe a little bit more monochromatic to go with this look because to me it kind of throws it off a little bit, but they're kind of hidden, so maybe that's what they were thinking is like the pants kind of cover up the rainbow part so you can use them on other dolls if you wanted to. But yeah, all in all, really cute. And I love that little sweater she has on under the jacket too. That's really cute. All right, on to the boys. First up is the Ken doll in white and gold tracksuit, which is Simu Liu's character from the movie. And again, I don't know if this doll's face was sculpted to look like him or not. I can see that they have like the moles printed on his face, like to match the actor, which is really great as someone who has moles on his face. I really appreciate that we're not just automatically assuming that a mole on your face makes you ugly like a witch. So that's great. But yeah, I actually think this doll looks really great in the face. I mean, obviously Simu Liu is an extremely handsome person. So anyway, what was I talking about? But yeah, I feel like I've seen this face sculpt before. So I don't know if this is like if they only did a face sculpt for Margot Robbie for these dolls, but I don't know. This, again, doesn't look super close to him, but probably closer than the last doll looked to America Ferrera. But it's a really great looking doll. Again, the doll itself, I really love. The tracksuit's kind of on the basic side, although I really do love the jacket. Again, the white and like champagne gold details are really, really great. Again, I know we're like supposed to have sort of like campy, iconic looks. So, I mean, even though like if I were to dress a Barbie or like a Ken like with this jacket, I would probably pair it with jeans or something, but that's not going to be like as much of an iconic look. So I totally get why like this is like a tracksuit look. Although now that I've said that, it looks like this is all one piece. I can't really tell. Let me look really quick. I probably should have watched somebody unbox this, but this actually looks like it's all one piece, which again, I understand why it's one piece, but it would have been nice if that jacket was detachable and it could be used as a separate. But yeah, a really cool look from the movie. And I think the doll is really cool. I think they did a good job on his hair too, because sometimes Ken's hair can look a little questionable. All right, and on to Ryan Gosling's version of Ken. So it looks like we're getting two versions of Ryan Gosling in this first wave of the Barbie movie dolls. The first one is the $25 option. Again, I think there were only two $25 dolls in this set. So the like first one that we talked about with the like pink gingham dress Barbie, and then we have Ken, and what I believe is this will be his most iconic look from the movie. This like mint and like light pink bathing suit with sort of like this overshirt. It's kind of similar to one of the early looks for Ken. They had him in that red bathing suit and that like red striped top. So I think this kind of calls back to that, but they've kind of updated it. And I think this is a really great look. I love this for this doll. I feel like I've seen this face sculpt before though. I'm not entirely certain, but it doesn't look like Ryan Gosling. So I'm going to assume that the Margot Robbie face sculpt is the only new one from this line. And this Ken looks good. I mean, it definitely looks like Ken. I do kind of wish that they had made his hair a little bit more like of a yellow, like sunny blonde for the movie and the doll. Like it looks a little platinum for me, but again, I'm just some random guy. What do I know? I really do like this Ken and his outfit in particular, but it does have a very modern look. Again, I have to say, I'm really glad as far as like the movie dolls go that they didn't just try and go in and recreate all the iconic looks for like the 1000th time. I am so glad that we didn't just get Barbie like with the, 1959, like black and white striped bathing suit and then Ken with his like red swimsuit. I'm really glad they gave us something different. I mean, collectors have so many versions of those things. It's like, and it's been done to death. So I'm really glad we got new looks for this line. So I really do want to commend Mattel and all the producers of the movie for not just doing the same thing for the 1000th time. And the last doll we have is Ken doll wearing denim matching set. And this is actually my favorite of the two. I really love this denim look because it's very like Justin Timberlake, like Y2K. And I love that they have his like underwear or boxers or whatever it is, like poking up like from underneath. That is a really cool look. And again, if I were getting a few of the dolls from this line, I think this is one of the other ones I would get. I just think that the denim jacket looks like it's really good quality. Like they've got fraying on the sleeves. It looks like they have actual buttons on it. I don't think they function, but they're like, instead of printing them on, they actually put what looks like plastic, denim buttons. So that's really great. But overall, yeah, again, the fact that he doesn't have a shirt on under this, like this look is gay as hell and I absolutely love it. And there were a bunch of other accessories released, which I'm not really going to get into because it's just like, why? But an honorable mention goes to that pink convertible Corvette because that is really, really cool. It looks like they did a really great job on the details and everything. And the fact that it's only $75 is really great. And as of now, it's sold out. I was kind of thinking about getting it, but I have no business like buying Barbie accessories right now because I'm about to move, but I really think they did such a great job on that with like the rose gold like rims and everything on it. It's just a really, really pretty piece. And I hope they make more of them and they become available again because I think I might want to get one eventually. All right, that's my thoughts on the new Barbie movie dolls. I am very curious what all of you think. And if you're going to get any of them, which ones are you going to get? I have to say, if I was going to get any of them, like I said, it would probably be that Western Barbie if she comes back in stock. I think she is so cool. And then probably either the President Barbie or the Ken with like that denim get up. Like that was so crazy. So those were my three favorite, but I would really love to know what your favorites were. If you want even more doll content and extended edits of my videos and discounts on my doll shop, which is johnnysdollshop.com, be sure to check out my Patreon at patreon.com/idreamofjohnny. If your face is glued to social media all day, you can find me at idreamofjohnny on TikTok and Instagram. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.